Welcome back for more Magic the Gathering content for Tarkir Dragonstorm Commander decks. And this one is the Temur Roar, green, blue, red, where you will ramp mana and summon dragons, which is curious because we've seen dragons in all the decks, and by the way, they're on the channel. So this one is special because you will summon dragons. Wow, summon dragons. Maybe the deck is all full of dragons, I don't know. But the commander is gonna be Ureni, the Unwritten, and Eshki Temur Roar, which looks like these two characters separated. So without any further ado, let's go and see what is inside this deck. And as a secret message, we have trespassers will be punished. What does that mean? I have no clue yet. So, what do you get inside these boxes? First, the deck box, which I love, and you can store your deck sleeved inside with the tokens, everything, and you get the two commanders artwork. There's some rules, deck, and don't forget to take the tokens out from here. Okay. I love these Tarkir Dragonstorm collector booster samples, which I'm gonna open now and see if you were lucky. I got in previous ones, I got a Mox Jasper, I got a Crater Hoof, so let's see if we are equally lucky now. Great Arshin City. Great Arshin City. I don't know values, but... And there's a Karakik Guardian, another dragon. Great. So, this thing is a rule sheet. Now it's much smaller, as you can see. It has only this part talking about the deck, commander rules, and inside, after unfolding, you have now a simpler, shorter lore text. And I just see Ureni here. I don't see the other one, Ureni. So let's learn a little bit more about Ureni. Even under the Dragon Lord, Tarka's rule, oh, Tarka, wow. The spirits were never silenced. They chose to whisper, who heard their calls to heal the land from ravaging of the dragon brood. Ureni, the spirit dragon of wisdom, was brought forth by the Temur to reforge their connection with the land and redress the harm of the past. Ureni provides counsel and guidance to the Temur, like the Chinese store, the Temur, working and living most closely to their prophetic whispers. Ureni is also fierce protective of Temur and their lands, and will not hesitate to drive out intruders or those they believe meant harm to the clan. So yeah, I just see that there's a lot of dragons around him. He's made of stone, strange dragon. And then Eshki, Temur's Roar. Eshki was a prophetic hunter and premier wrestler with the brood of Tarka, begrudling, acquiescing to the Dragon Lord demands. When her hunting group was attacked by one of the Tarka's dragons and left for dead, Eshki reached her breaking point and escaped into the mountains. There she met the whisperer Alnuil, a hidden seer with visions of the Tarkir free from the Dragon Lord rule. The Phyrexian invasion forced Eshki into a leadership role to repel the Machine Legion, ultimately proving she was worthy of Alnuil's vision. After proving her prowess in the duel, Eshki took the mantle of Dragonclaw and led the fledgling Temur into a new era. Yeah, it's not the first one that I read, and it's not as engaging as before. This lore is just more of the same. It's the least exciting lores that I've read from all the commander decks, to be honest. I don't know if they changed the writer, because it's written in a way that I'm getting sleepy. And probably you also are if you stayed in the channel for hearing me reading that crap. Okay, so let's take the commander out. Commander. We have the tokens. You see, dragons, lots of dragon, copies of dragons, dragon's egg, frog lizards, more dragons on the back, 2 different kinds of dragons. Karok's Bleedwing, another dragon. And yeah, so guess what will happen in this deck? Dragons. Commanders. Ureni. 7. What? 7. Flying Trample. Spirit Dragon. When Ureni enters or attacks, you look at the top 8 cards of your library. You may put a dragon creature card from among them into the battlefield, and the rest goes into the bottom. So that's it. That's a power 7, and you get another dragon. It comes with a dragon. Unless you are very unlucky. Let's see how many dragons we have there. So far, seems not really great combos there. Eshki, Temur's Roar. 3 for a 2/2. Whenever you cast a creature spell, you put a +1 here. If that spell is 4 or greater, you draw a card. If that spell is 6 or greater, Eshki deals damage into Eshki's power to each opponent. Okay, that's a proper commander. That's a proper commander indeed. Very good. Very good. I've seen on Reddit there is a, there is that subreddit where you can buy decks with themes which are not official, like proxy decks. One of them is about Monster Hunter, and it's very beautiful, that deck. And this is the commander. They just gave her a skin within Monster Hunter, but this was the commander behind it. So all the cards are real cards that exist, but they have the art and the name from whatever lore. In this case, I only saw the Monster Hunter world, and this was the commander. Okay, now deck itself. Deceptive Frostkite. First dragon, 1/1. You may have this creature enter as a copy of another creature, but it's a dragon, blah blah. Okay, and a 4/4 and a dragon. No, not 4/4. If you control a creature 4 or greater, except it's a dragon. It doesn't change. It doesn't change the power. Or changes. You may have this creature enter as a copy of target creature. Yeah, copy. No, that doesn't only copy the abilities, it simply copies. Hammerhead Tyrant, second dragon. There's a Hammerhead Dragon there. When you cast a spell, return it to target non-land permanent and opponent controls with mana value less than or equal to the spell menu to your hand. Spell value. The Will of the Temur. So each deck has this Will of. So this is the Will of Temur. You can see the people of this clan, and there's the dragon there. So these guys seem to live in the snows. All of them have a different theme associated. Parapet Thrasher, another dragon. Thundermane Dragon. So this is going to be a dragon deck. So just because of that, it seems like it's going to be fun. The Zenith Festival, no dragons here. Become the Avalanche. Draw a card for each creature you control with power 4 or greater. Then creatures you control get X until the end of turn. X is the number of cards in your hand. That's a good overrun. It doesn't give trample, but at the same time, dragons already fly. So, what else? What a surprise! Another one. The Brute Color Scourge. Whenever one or more dragons you control do combat damage to play, you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the damage from your hand to the battlefield. Kiga, Spirit Dragon. Dies, gains control of target creature. Are you sure you want to block Kiga? Because if not, if you do, she dies and you lose that guy. Reflection Zolitjara. So an enchantment. You copy whatever you choose. Creature type. So guess which creature type you're going to choose with this. Dragon Spirit. Atsushi, the Blazing Sky. The Blazing Dragon. Blasphemous Act. If things go crazy and your opponent has more creatures than you, bigger creatures than you. Removal with Chaos Orb. The Dragon Master Outcast. That's not a dragon, but if you control 6 or more lands, you create a red dragon, 5/5 red dragon with flying on your keep every turn. So you can put this on first turn, and then on 6th or no, it needs to be 7th turn, you start bringing out the dragons. Gadrak, the Crown Scourge. Oh, what a surprise, also a dragon. Can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. Wow, wait. But at the beginning of your end step, you create a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. That died this turn. Okay. So you need a plan to make that happen there. So it's very cheap, that's why it's only 3, 4, 5, 4. Glory Bringer. The dragon that has haste, you may exert this creature as it attacks. When you do, it deals 4 damage to target non-dragon creature in opponent control. And the exerted creature won't untap during the next untap phase, so it gets a stun counter or something similar to a stun counter. Hellkite Courser. Flying Dragon. 6/5. When this creature enters, you may put a commander you own from the command zone into the battlefield. It gains haste and return to the command zone at the beginning of your next step. Oh, interesting. Not sure what's the real use here, because at the 6th turn, probably your commander is already in, but Latlas, the dragon, it needs to be a commander with an entry ability, right? Latlas, the Dragon Queen. When another non-token dragon you control enters, you create a 5/5 red dragon. Non-token dragon enters, it brings a friend, a dragon friend. Dragons get until the end of the turn, inflating costs without limitation. Leyline Tyrant. Okay, I'm loving this dragon deck. I'm now nesting dragon. I'm just gonna move a bit faster, because if not, I'm gonna be looking at these dragons. Although not a dragon, Kobold Shaman, but mythic here. Dragons cost less whenever this crap attacks. If you control 3 or more dragons till the end of the turn, he also becomes a dragon 5/5 with flying. Yeah. So yeah, gives the discount initially, and then he becomes a dragon. Opportunistic dragon. How many dragons there are in Magic? This deck has all the dragons. Scourge of the Throne. It's gonna be a Dungeons and Dragons kind of deck. The Skargar Hellkite. Come on, there's gonna be 100 dragons here. Not 100. I know there's lands, there are these sorceries, but how many dragons does this deck has? The Stormbreath Dragon. Okay, then you see a card and say, oh, finally not a dragon, right? And then it's a shapeshifter in order to become also a dragon. Territorial Hellkite. The Thunderbreak Regent. Vengeful Ancestor. Varix Bladewing. This one looks cool. When Varix enters, if it was kicked it just 3 more, create. Oh, create that token. We saw that token, right? Like his friend or something. Where is it? Where's the guy? Now that I need, he doesn't appear. Of course. There it is. Creates this Karox Bladewing. And this is Varix Bladewing. And then this is like his brother or something. Dual Dragon. No, Double Dragon. There was those cartoons in the 90s, the Double Dragon. And then there was a movie after. So Frontier Sage. Was it Double Dragon? Was it a video game? And then they did the cartoons. Because I remember the music. Double Dragon. No, Double Dragon was a... What was Double Dragon? It was a Nintendo game. For Above All. I don't remember. Selvala Stampede. Oh, a Tarkir is also here. Oh, Tarkir. Dragon Lord Tarkir. So which one is? It's the same, but this one is Elder Dragon 8/8 and this one is just a 6/4. So then she became an Elder Dragon. Harbinger of the Hunt. Sarkhan Soul Flame. Dragons with more discount. Temur Ascendancy, the Dragon's Horde. Steel Elkite. Yeah, now the lands that you need for the magic. Also, there's a land here for dragons. Haha. Temple of Misery, Avimaya, more dragon kind of spells. Dragon Tempest, the Breaching Dragonstorm, Temple of the Dragon Queen, Soul, Storm Shikferal. Do you think there's still gonna be a dragon here? Enchantment, Dragonic Lore, an instant, Reality Shift, Goblin Shaman, not a dragon? There it is. Rapacious Dragon, Whirlwind Stormbrood. Okay, so let's see which one will be the last dragon in the deck. Elemental Bond, Farsi. Oh, we lost it. No, there's still more cards. There's the Kodama's Reach, Sorcery, Migration Path. Okay, I think we are in the end. Yes, in the end. So officially the last dragon was the Whirlwind Stormbrood. Congratulations. And then the lands. And that's the deck. That's the Temur Roar. Now we understand, or at least I understand, Temur Roar, Roar of the Dragons. I hope you like this video to the point that you consider hitting the like button and subscribing. So I have this huge playlist for Magic the Gathering content, as well as for all the other major card games out there. And I also have a big playlist for board games. And if you like podcasts, I also have the podcast at Table Talks, where I interview people to get to know their stories, their profiles, their projects while playing board games online with them. So I definitely think that you'll find interesting content in the channel to consider subscribing and to be part of this community. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.